gonna go on. It's 1 minute. You know, you can't be late with Facebook. Block you out. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Hemp is Hope, Not Dope. Another episode. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We definitely appreciate y'all for sending us messages. And so we actually have some messages from some folks. And so one of the messages was, let me find it. Look, I was multitasking. So how was your day today, Will?
It was good. I had a GBN meeting this morning. I had some good counseling. I had a job I did that was good and challenging. Good day.
That's good. That's good.
Hello.
Hey, Miss April.
Hi. How's
So-
it going?
Great.
Good.
So-
good.
Somebody asked on one of our Facebook pages, her question was, how
I have
can
it
she
pulled up.
tell what's a good CB brand? What's a good CBD brand without wasting your money? So let's hit that question first.
Okay.
So do anybody know the answer offhand? Because you know I researched it.
Oh, I know the answer. I feel offhand.
Okay.
I think it goes down to like the clean delivery system,
Yeah.
and it goes through what is the delivery system, and where is it farmed as well.
Yeah. And they were saying that they need to any CBD product that you want to purchase, you should be able to find a what's the word they're calling it?
The third party
Testing.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Look, like third party testing. So yes. So if you're looking into purchasing CBD, the best thing for you to do is to see if that company is getting their product tested from a third party
Yes.
party, because I mean it's good. Hey, my CBD is great. I tested it myself.
Right. But I agree. I was very, very, very particular in that because I was having issues, right? That's why I started taking it. And if I were to get something funny in the formula to trigger my issue, then I would have thought it was the CBD. So I'm really big on what's in your product and is it going to cause inflammation or take it away?
That's
And
good.
if it's going to be a bad, faulty line or ingredient, then it's not, you're defeating the purpose.
I would add history of the company.
Ooh.
Some companies, and it's not to say that a company that just popped up 2 years ago wouldn't have a good product, but you do have to, kind of be wary, a little hesitant when purchasing any CBD product because there are bandwagon companies. So I would definitely also start with, hey, before I even buy anything from this company, have they been around for 2 years or 20 years or 10 years at least?
Do they have testimonials? How long is it going on? Yeah. I always like to know that a company is like of a good few years, because you could give me something today and you won't see long-term effects for 10 years. So, it gets a little, don't get me wrong, I agree with you. It gets a little shaky when you're at a brand new startup. Not to say anything's wrong with a startup. There might be getting their sourcing might have been around for 30 years, but you want to make sure they're not pressing that in their living room. Like,
Right.
I know
with the
people.
delivery, like you said, with the delivery, especially like I use the oils, the drops, the tinctures, or however you say it. So you want to make sure that it's filtered so many times, 3 to 5 times. I personally would say.
Yes. I know somebody who has one and does it right in her house. And I'm like, I like where you're going with this, but I'm a little
a lot of people are doing their home CBD pharmacists. Yep.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm all about that. I'm all about like doing your own and not needing to depend on everyone. But I just want to make sure you know your stuff. Have you done your research? And has it been tested?
Right. And those people can't generally
sell,
give the same consistency either. So
it's going to be different every batch a lot of times.
Right. So,
yeah. So I agree with that too.
Nothing wrong with being independent, but sometimes it's like, the old school saying is that if they're going anywhere near where you want to go, just jump on somebody else's bandwagon. Don't try to be the newbie on the block and say I can do it bigger, better. I'm gonna make all this money or whatever, because a lot of people are just influenced by the money. Just like us.
Hopefully your heart is there. If you're doing it on your own, I hope if it's for the right reasons, and
right,
you're doing the right steps. But not everyone does. Everyone's looking for a get rich quick scheme.
Right.
It's just not where we're at all the time.
So we definitely appreciate the question. So if you have a question, it doesn't matter if the podcast is off. If you find us on social media, if you find at the old YouTube and we see it, we're going to go back. We're going to answer your question, okay?
Yeah, so I have one too from one of my posts, and it is how the the question she would like to know is, how does the CBD oil affect arthritis, or how could it be applied, or hemp oil applied to the areas to ease the pain? So there are creams that do have CBD in them that are topical.
Right.
Some of them do have a higher content in THC because you're not taking it, so you aren't going to get an effect that way. But they do have them where you can rub them right on your shoulders, which the company for the CBD I use offers that same exact thing. So it will help the areas. It's better to do it from within, and you could use it for on your hands too. Like if you're having a problem right now and you want to ease it, yes. But if you were to take it daily, you would get more of the long-term effects because your endocannabinoid system and the locations of the receptors and the CB1 and the CB2, the CBD oil is going to go to those receptors and it's going to stop the inflammation, which will help your arthritis pain in the long term. But to answer the question in the short term, yes, there are creams and yes, you can apply them, but they're not going to give you a long-term effect. It's going to be a relieve the pain right now thing for a temporary time is what I would say the answer to that question is. So hopefully, I think that is Mar. Yeah.
So I guess can you take the CBD oil and the cream?
Yeah. So because it's topical, it's not really. I mean, yes, everything we absorb everything. We know that you touch something, you're absorbing it almost instantly, but you're not absorbing it in a high content amount into your bloodstream that it's going to counteract with each other. You're going to have, and it's always very low grade as well. So you're going to want a little. You might want both. You might want something for those rough days, and you might want the CBD for an everyday medication. So,
gotcha.
I'm all about the ingestion of it based on the facts of the endocannabinoid system. We can't argue facts. It's there. It's in the body. If I have that picture you showed earlier, I could hold it to the screen because it is so. It's bigger than us.
It's so weird that it's so big, but yet
it's bigger than us.
We didn't learn about it.
Money
It is a little concerning. They say that it's because it's the new science that they didn't know about it, but we all have opinions on that. We all have opinions on that for sure.
And when we have to point out something that's not true, that makes people more skeptical, but and I don't like to use the word hopefully, but you know what I mean? Hopefully people have an open enough mind to say, you know what? Maybe people who are influenced heavily financially did suppress the information on CBD and the benefits of hemp. And then pursue a reason why. Why would they do that? And I would say because big pharmaceutical companies can sell in a day for $60 billion or $100 billion. So if I'm pushing pills and I've made $2.3 trillion, I got more money than I need for the next 10 lives, and my family is taken care of for the next 10 lives. Hey, I can sell out to Rachel for 70 billion, Hey, Rachel, here, hey, April, we're going to split the company up. Let me get 70 billion from you, 70 billion from Rachel. I'm out of here. And then y'all are influenced to push the pills that have 100% side effect because of money. So I really expect people to open their minds to CBD, something that has no negative side effects. when dealing with arthritis, I've suffered myself, and being on the NSAID type of tablets, that has a bad long term. And I won't go into all the negative side effects of NSAID, but a lot of people know. But once I found out I could get an ulcer, I was like, pump the brakes, baby. Let me research and attempt to find something better. And then the CBD was a blessing in disguise, and it was around me all the time. I just didn't know, because I was under the perception that a lot of people are, that it was the same thing as marijuana. So I had no interest in it. But hey, just the fact that it doesn't cause ulcers and has no negative side effects, I'm on board.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to see if I can maybe share the screen in a second here. I have some facts on the endocannabinoid system. I'd like to pull it up because I feel like we talk about it a lot. But do they know what we're talking about? Have they visualized it before? Has anyone done their own research?
That'd be great. Yeah, show us the
Yeah.
video.
I don't even know if I have a video necessarily, but I definitely am going to show you something. So give me 2 seconds.
I'm definitely gonna show you something. So I don't know if y'all heard what Will said. He said he's been around it, he's heard it, but he, like everybody else, the stereotype was, oh, well, I don't want to be doing those drugs.
I know.
And so that's the reason why we're on here every other Wednesday. That's why we listen. That's why we listen to y'all. That's why we want to answer questions, because we want to educate y'all. Because it's so important, like he told you, they put him on a medication for his arthritis, which can cause him to have ulcers. And I've had ulcers. Are you talking about in your stomach?
Yeah.
I have ulcers in my stomach. It's acid.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
It does.
It's very painful. And so, yes, I also have a stomach disorder. So when I tell you I have disorders with an S, like, I am not my disorders, so I do not go around with this label. I should put a label on me with all the things. I just don't claim all of them.
Right.
Okay, so April just pulled it up.
Did it show you guys that? Okay. So if you could see, I'm going to see if I can zoom in. This is what the endocannabinoid says looks like. You shared it earlier on Facebook, and it's just as simple. It's a lot of facts, but do people really know where the receptors are in the body, right? So I'm going to pull up that one. I'm going to pull up another one, because if no one's really visualized or done their own research themselves to see it, you're not going to know. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to get it. So this is a visual for everyone to see for themselves what we're talking about. I have a couple of them. But if you don't get it, you don't get it, Like, here we go. Here's a good one too. I save all these. I'm like crazy.
And with the receptors, as we find out more about CBD and how it can benefit, it going into the body and turning on receptors, it actually reminds me of epigenetics, where now they're finding out that you can turn genes on and off. So if someone had diabetes, guess what? If you start consuming the right things, living a different lifestyle, now all of a sudden, like a light switch, boop, you broke the trend of people having diabetes in your family. Started with you.
It's almost crazy. This is what I'm going to share this one too, because it breaks down what the CBD receptors are, or the CB1 and CB2. It shows that. Let me get that up really quick. I have so many things.
So I had a great video, but it was hold on. Y'all keep going.
Okay. So this one is going to break you down your CB1 and your CB2. It is showing you where a lot of receptors are. And I honestly think they found more after this, but this is just like a general scheme. This is the human cannabinoid system. These are where this is where all of your receptors are located through your body. And there might be, a little bit more areas spread out, but this is just a general thing. Tons of them are in your gut, tons, and tons of them are in your brain. But we do have some in these areas that have high target for arthritis as well. But when you go down and look what the CBD oil targets for those CB1 and CB2, you go down and you're like horrified for what you didn't know. and then you go down to arthritis is inflammation and all these things. And then you understand the second you see where it targets, why it's targeting those areas and why it's helping those areas. So this is always a really good one I like to show, because there's so many things that can go off track when your cannabinoid system is not producing what it needs to produce. And the CBD oil goes in and reproduces those things that your body is not producing. And your body can stop producing them just by aging. Like we stop producing collagen at, I think, like mid-20s, we slow down our production, and 30, we stop. And then it just kind of sits until it slowly goes away. It's the same thing with your body. So if you were a heavy drinker, if you worked really hard, or you just beat your body up, because that's what we do and we don't understand it, it just stops producing certain things. And this is one of them. And CBD oil, actually, they found a study that while taking it, it's actually got a healing effect where you might not have to take it forever, because you might take enough that it does heal your body.
That's what happened with Will's son.
Yeah.
His son was out for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been doing really well. Really well.
And then he had to get back on it. I mean, because of course it kind of wore off, but that's great.
But yeah,
he put it back on maybe for a couple of weeks, because he's not even on it right now.
Oh, really?
No, that was like a few weeks, and
I love that.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find the arthritis one too. I compared it with.
Now, on that note, there's information out there for children and pregnant women to stay away from CBD oil. Someone referred to it as it's a no-fly zone for children and pregnant women. But
so untrue.
I know that there's a lot of people that just like myself allow their children to consume low doses of CBD oil because of just from seizures alone is worth doing it, because that's just a big problem.
The damage a seizure can cause is way worse than the damage a little CBD oil could cause. Like if there was any problems with it related to it, which there hasn't been any proof showing any hazardous anything from CBD. That's the best part, is they tell you not to do these things, but they actually have zero evidence that it actually is harmful. That's the problem. There's not enough testing. So instead of saying, well, we just don't have enough evidence, they scare people. It's
right. No fly zone. Big that term alone, no fly zone. That's a danger term.
All the research that I've seen, like so many children, eczema, skin disorders, brain disorders. I don't know about disorders for their brain, but brain issues, seizures have been helped with seizures. Helped with CBD in little bitty people.
And that's because of where all these receptors are located in the brain.
Right.
So when you have a deficiency in any of those areas, you could think it's a much larger issue. But don't get me wrong, you need to get the CAT scan. You need to double check when you're working in a neurology situation. You need to make sure you're doing the part. But when you get to a place where like there's no tumors, there's no cancer, there's no mass, there's no cyst, then it's like, okay, what's wrong? Then you got to replenish what's missing, because obviously something's missing. So I have another one here that I'm going to pull up for arthritis itself. And it's not really showing you exactly what the CBD yet, but this is what arthritis is. This is the part of the joint that causes the arthritis pain. All of these things get into the joint in here, and it causes buildups in it, and it hurts because it gets inflamed. So the CBD helps draw that out. So that is a major part in it. And so it shows you what the cannabinoids do, what the inhibitors do, the breakdown, and why it helps that scenario. Because your central nervous system, everything is connected. So you can have something neurologically going wrong, and then it can be healed, and now your hands don't hurt. Like, it's just that simple. Everything is connected. So it's very crazy in a good way. It's a good thing. This is good things. These are great things to figure out. These are great ways to help heal those problems. It's really beneficial to know there's another way. So
it is.
With inflammation, some drugs that people take for inflammation, it kind of disrupts their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sleep, that's when your body typically heals the most.
Right.
Well, get rid of the drugs that are altering your sleep and causing side effects. Take the CBD oil, which actually helps you sleep deeper and have a better night's sleep, without side effects. And then your body even is going to naturally heal faster because you're resting better.
Right.
Plus, you get the benefit of it turning
Oh,
on receptors that it's supposed to turn on and causing the body to heal even faster
Yeah.
and reduce inflammation. So, wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
and so since this is since this is the arthritis show, I would like for you, Will, if you don't mind, to tell us a little bit about your arthritis journey. Because um I know I'm gonna share this with a few people who have arthritis since this is our arthritis show and they asked the question.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, tell us about your arthritis journey.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll be kind of short with it. Just a little other sizzle, but I am a military vet, army guy. So in the army, even though I was personally in avionics aviation, I still had to go through all the harder core training, the running in boots, the running 6 miles in boots. I was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, so we ran miles and miles and miles through the street in your boots. Went to Korea, same thing. Running a lot in boots and running 6 miles on the perimeter, even in tennis shoes, but 6 miles a day. Some days, so it takes your body takes a lot of a beating. The military gave me a cream, and I already had started suffering with some liver issues. So when I got the cream for my right ankle at the time, I looked on it, and the side effects was like one of the biggest ones that stuck out to me was liver issues.
Wow.
So
My
I told
gosh.
my wife, I was like, look, the pain
Woo.
I'm in, I can't even go walking with you. But this cream that they just issued to me is known to cause liver issues that could be major. I can't take this. So once
Right.
again, now I'm frustrated. I thought they had found me an answer, and then I get it in the mail, and it's not an answer because it's
Right.
too risky for me to take. Because okay, now I can walk, but my liver fails. That don't even make sense. So I've done some herbs in the past, but the oil has been so easy to take, and most people like a quick, easy way to consume things. The oil for me also um, is it goes along with my lifestyle because I can just take it at night before I go to bed, drop a tincture under my tongue,
I keep it in my purse, no doubt.
hold it for like a minute, and just going to sleep. And I'm going to sleep quick. So if you have trouble falling asleep, hey, get you some of the good CBD oil. So that's pretty much it for me. Just very, very thankful that I found something that doesn't have the side effects. I've been back to the doctor. I've had my blood work done twice since I've been on the CBD oil, and went over my numbers with my doctor. My liver is no further damage.
That's
So if
good.
I would have
Good.
been on those creams and pills, I just believe in my heart that when I went back and they checked my liver blood work, it would have
Yeah.
been way off. So I'm
Terrible.
so good with the CBD oil, that I'll just keep being consistent with it.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, why not? If you could get something holistic, why not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. Because like I said, I want to definitely share. So let me tell y'all, I grabbed me some CBD on the way in, forgot to take it. And I'm just like, let me go ahead and take it. I've been cleaning up today, and y'all know I got fibromyalgia issues, and I felt my lower back when I sat down, and I was like, "Bring me my CBD." And that's only the 500. So you see, I took me 2 drops. I'm like,
I see you double dosing.
yeah, I'm like, okay.
I've been taking finally more too.
Huh?
I've been taking more
What'd you say?
too. I've been taking more of my 500.
It's the weather. So did you have anything else to add about the arthritis or anything before we tune out?
No, but you know what's funny that I'm like, now that we're talking about this, I used to get tons. I'm a hairdresser as well. Outside of just real estate, I do hair. I have a salon, and I still work in my salon 2 to 3 days a week. So I used to get certain times of the year, multiple times a year, my hands would hurt so bad, and I'd have to wear the thing for carpal tunnel. But I never really looked into like the carpal tunnel surgery because it kind of came and went, whatever. But since I've been taking this, I haven't had any issues.
All right.
And I just didn't really hit me until like right now. So I'm gonna search more on carpal tunnel and CBD, and we'll maybe resurface this with another episode, and maybe we can put it out to the hairdressers because that might be pretty huge. I mean, one of my girls is out right now for the carpal tunnel surgery. She's been out like 6. It'll be a total like month. That's a month without income.
Wow.
So if maybe we could do something, and maybe there's something more to that we could.
You know what? I never thought about it till you said it. So you probably can't tell, but I have a I don't know if it's a cyst, a nodular in my hand, and it used to bother me all the time. I went to the doctor, and let me tell y'all, I'm so funny. So when I went in, he was like, "Oh, we could just go." I say, "You gonna cut my hand?" I'm like, "Let me measure how much this hurt, right? Let me see how much pain this is, because you know what?" But honestly, now that you said it, I didn't even realize it. Like, it really doesn't even hurt. And you know what? And and that's what I want to say something about using CBD. Sometimes, like I know people who like use Tylenol and different things. All this. You got something too? I see you over there, Will.
You just made me think about. I have a little nodule thing right in my hand, right in here. I totally forgot about it. It's been months and months on end, and it feels like it feels like it's actually gotten smaller. I'm pretty sure it's gotten smaller. It's not poking out or nothing. I totally forgot about it. Oh my gosh, the benefits! Wow,
it's crazy.
It's so crazy that she mentioned it, because before I got on my real CBD regimen, like I really got on like this real CBD. I do the coffee, I do the curcumin with the CBD in it now. I just ordered drops. Like, I am on like a real regimen now, and
I gotta try the coffee. I gotta try the coffee.
I got the coffee, and now I just ordered the curcumin because I'm on a prescription anti-inflammatory that I'll get off of, and the CBD helps a lot, but it sometimes, like, I don't know, my diet, if I'm not being real crazy, it'll get really bad, and I'll have to get on this to get it under control. Even with CBD, without CBD, it's like unbearably. So I'm ordering that, and I'm gonna try to get myself off that with that curcumin CBD pill. Okay.
What? How do you say the word? You know, I be making up that word. What's the word? How you say it?
I think it's. I hope
I call it curcumin.
Curcumin.
It's something. So somebody told me about it. Hey, handsome.
He's so in it. He's like, what is going on?
What are y'all talking about? Okay. And so, but no, seriously. So I don't know if you can see it. I wore a brace for like 2 months because they went in here and took this one out, and then I had this one. And that's so funny that she said it. Guys, I'm telling y'all, CBD is really like a miracle worker.
And it's so funny, like Will said, I'll say it to people, they'll be like, I don't want any drugs. And I'm like, you really, and with the most up to respect, you really have no idea what you're talking about, ma'am. Like, that's how I feel. Like, it's not drugs. What do you think cigarettes are? What do you think alcohol is? What do you think the Klonopin is? or the Xanax you take for your anxiety. That's more of a drug than this will be any day, because this
Any
doesn't make
day.
us feel high. This is healing. We don't sit here and veg out. Like, it's not like we're smoking it.
Mommy,
This is for medical purposes. You know what I mean? Like,
Like,
when I hear that, I can't help but like laugh a little bit, because I'm
I
like,
want
oh,
to
honey, you're
see
so
'em.
uneducated. Like, this is not, you know.
what?
And
I'm
some
just
people you
trying to heal myself.
yeah.
Yes.
Some people you just can't get
I
out to.
like
So
it.
this is the kind of stuff I like, because I don't need to get it out to them. Just share information with them and they can do their own research. Because everything I say, whatever I bring to these episodes, it has been research, cross-examined. I might have asked a naturopath or two. Like, I don't just wake up and make this stuff up. I promise.
Right?
I promise.
So
And you know,
we
a
will
lot of
see
doctors
y'all
look at me.
guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so excited. Thank y'all both for tuning in. Thank y'all both for always coming in with the knowledge. Like, I tell you, when you see April and Will on here, you know they coming in with that tea, hunty. They bringing it. They not playing with y'all. They ready. If you have questions, ask them. Bring it to the show. We're going to research it. We're going to find out. We are all connected to doctors and nurses. We're going to bring you the tea. We're not just going to just tell you nothing. We're going to find out before the show. We're going to pull up documents. We're going to do all the things, okay? I promise you. So if you have a question and you don't want to come on the show and talk about it, send us a message. Somebody sent April a message. Somebody sent me the message. And guess what? Now I'm going to share this video with her so she know the answer. April going to share it with her person so they can know the answer. And so sharing is caring. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you share this with your family and your friends, because we're only here because we know that this helped with Will family. We know this helped with April family. This helped with my family. Any closing words, April, before Will send us out?
No, my little guy's getting antsy, but yeah, no, I think I have a special guest in mind that I'm working on. So hopefully I have someone really, really good coming on in a couple weeks. So I will keep you all posted on that.
That sounds like tell her we are elated. We cannot wait to talk to her and hear her story. And guys, y'all see April's son. Like, I am so appreciative to April and Will. They have families. That's how much they love y'all. They are taken away from they take 30 minutes every Wednesday away from their family, every other Wednesday away from their family, to educate me, to educate y'all, because they love y'all and they want y'all to have safer choices. Go ahead, Will, let us out.
And I want your liver to function for a long time, because that liver issues, it creates such a struggle long term, day after day, and it just piles on like an avalanche. Yeah. So if you're taking any drug that has the potential or is known to cause liver failure or issues, just look for the best alternative, holistic alternative you can possibly find. That's what I want to close out with. Just passionately praying that you will seek a holistic way out. If it's not CBD oil, find something that's not going to damage your liver, because you don't want to be the one that your family is trying to search last ditch effort to find a liver replacement for you and find a match for a liver, because, you know, that's just a situation no one wants to be in and no one should be in. So look for something that is not going to damage your liver, and come back to see us in 2 weeks on Unmasking the Blueprint. Come on in and, get the knowledge.
Hemp is hope, not dope, guys.
Hemp is hope. Hemp is hope, not dope.
Thank you.